Now that's where I kind of tied in with the flat Earth. I think it'd be really funny if they sent someone up there and hit a fucking dome or something, and they can't, whatever. They realized they killed their first astronaut that went up there. And they said, "Well, shit, we're in a fucking dome. There's some little kid up there watching us like some ant farm, and we don't want the people to know this because if everybody thought they were just some ant farm, I don't even know what we would think. We'd probably be freaking out. There'd be mass chaos. So,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe we are in a simulated reality and it's a video game and that's based in a fucking metaphysical arcade, 80s arcade, and the guy who's playing his initials are G.O.D.
Yeah.
Gerald Oliver Deedledick or some shit like that, right?
This is fucking amazing. I'm gonna write this down. That's fucking amazing.
Alright, let's do this shit because I'm gonna get off in about a little less than an hour.
Less than an hour.
Yep.
All right. So, Max.
Yes.
Start with you. Flat Earth. What are your thoughts? First of all, okay, because everybody
that's a loaded
is,
question. That's a loaded question.
Everybody here, I think, will side on the fact that the Earth is round.
Well,
let's see what you in your research of it or whatever, or at least whatever research you've done of it. What can kind of shift you the other way? What do you feel is out there that might be able to shift you the other way?
Hot Pocket.
Hot Pocket. Yeah.
I mean, all I have is what science has taught me over the course of the last 35 years that I've been alive.
Okay.
Through the information gathered, I'm assuming the Earth is round, considering the moon, the planets, and all that shit, and the way it's been described to me.
Mm-hmm.
Do I know? Yeah, I know. I'm pretty fucking sure it's round. Do I care? No. But other than that, yeah.
Can you tell me why it's round? Can you prove to me why it's round?
Because it's a circle.
So flat circle?
Flat circle, yeah. Be a flat circle.
Yeah. Maybe we're just like a fucking snow globe with an ozone layer. But then you gotta think about, time of day. Explain that to me. If the Earth is flat, why does the time change? Day to night and all that.
You mean, because they say the sun rotates around us, whereas we don't rotate around the sun, and it's just basically instead of going over and around
the sun.
But in the flat Earth theory, it's the sun and the moon rotate around us, and instead of it going around like that or whatever, it's just going circular over the top, and that's why. And then they show videos of it to where, in a time lapse, you can see the sun kind of moving this way and going under, and it really looks like it's either getting closer or it's getting further away. When it's going to sunset, it looks like it's getting further away as it goes on a time lapse, and then the sunrise looks like it's coming closer. So their theory is that obviously you have the there we go. They say it's like that. That's their model.
That the sun is like a spotlight?
Yeah, essentially. And just rotates like that. And
basically, all I'm gonna say is the way it's been explained to me before makes a hell of a lot more sense than that does.
Why?
Because that's a little fucking globe ball floating around goddamn Earth. What is that all about?
Is that because you were taught that way? You were indoctrinated to think that way?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you know personally, or have you seen these experiments? Have you scientifically seen the equations? Have you been to outer space to actually witness or see that the Earth is round?
I don't. What I'm saying, this is basically what I'm saying. From the information that I have now, compared to the information flat earthers have, I'm going to go with the information that I have before that, okay? Because there's not enough to convince me otherwise. In the future, could it convince me otherwise? Sure, why not? We could be all an orangutan's asshole and not floating in orbit or whatever, you know, right? But as far as right now, from everything logical from the books and everything that I've read and the information that I've gathered, and the pictures and stuff that I've seen, the Earth is round.
All right. What do you think about railroads and tunnels and canals when they're conducted and made, that they don't take a variance in degree of the curvature of the Earth? They just go straight flat when they create them. How does that make you feel about when the flat Earth theory?
Wait, who are you talking to?
You.
Me? What the fuck is this all about me? I never
You're
get
the, you're the only doubter here. We all believe in flat Earth, don't we?
I'm just asking you a question. When we create canals and railroads, we don't take in the fact that there's a curvature in the Earth. We just go on the flat ground. If you were a round earther, you would scientific and what astronauts and all the goddamn science people will say you need to take in fact the curvature of the Earth to make that leveled. So how does that make you feel?
The only thing I can assume from that is that the curvature is so far apart that it would be negligible based on how much mileage or whatever, you know, the size of what we used would be. And eventually, you know, because, I mean, technically, if you're walking, because you're at the center, you're at the top point, right? You're always going to be at that top point, walking on a globe, right? Does that make any sense? No. Probably.
All right. I'll give you another example. Explain a lighthouse with a light that is pointing out sea with the curvature of the Earth, where said by scientists that cannot be seen for only a couple hundred miles, but yet someone sitting 1,000 miles away could actually see the lighthouse because it's supposed to be dipped below the horizon. Can you explain that?
Who's seen that? Who said they've seen that?
There's multiple occasions in Chesapeake Bay where you can see
they're lying.
Well, there's also cases where, there's pictures of it, but there's also cases where they have,
okay.
But they have the theory of like the horizon where, say, a boat goes out, and the reason why we can prove the Earth is round is because once the boat goes out so far, you start seeing it disappear from the bottom up.
Right.
And everybody says that, that's proof of the round Earth. But if you take a camera and you zoom in, you can still see that ship, and you see the bottom of the ship, you see the top of the ship. So it's just a kind of an illusion in our eyes. It doesn't actually disappear over the horizon. It's still there. It's just out of our kind of eyesight.
That's plausible, I guess.
It's possible. There's actual videos out there of that too.
I obviously didn't do enough research on this.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't necessarily think the Earth is flat, but I do think
What about Elon Musk? Didn't he fucking send his car up to space or some shit? And there's a video of Earth in the background.
Yeah, and there's video of it. And the funny thing about Elon Musk is he's a big simulation theory guy. He believes that we're all in a simulation.
He said that was plausible, but he never said.
He said 100%. What do you say? 95% sure, or there's 95 billionth of a chance that we're in a simulation theory to whatever. He's a big simulation theory guy. But he sent up the car to the moon and showed the Earth round or whatever. But in that, if you watch the video, there's actually a point in time where it glitches. Like the video camera glitches and it looks like it's in a studio.
Okay.
So some people are saying that he did that just to kind of fucking fuck with people and make us, because he's such a big simulation theory guy, just to make us think that we're in a fucking simulation world, or just kind of to show us that we'll buy whatever. But yeah, that was the one I think thing with that where they kind of picked
then
on.
Why would he care if the Earth was flat or not though? Why would he try to be hiding it?
Well, I don't think he'd be trying to hide it. I think he's just more of a, it doesn't fucking matter to him because we're all basically in a fucking video game.
Well, and, I think as a somebody who perceives himself as a respected and intelligent man, it would be one of his main, if he. Why I just don't understand. Why would they lie about it? Why would scientists lie about the fact that it's flat?
To keep us from wanting to, it's a natural instinct for humans to want to explore and find new things and see new whatever. So, essentially, it's keeping us caged. It's keeping us. If we think that we're on this ball spinning out in the middle of nowhere with no purpose, nothing, we're just going to fucking accept that and we're going to stay here. We're not going to try to expand past it.
But we're trying to expand past it. We got shit going to Mars. We got shit going to everywhere. Who's saying we're not trying to explore?
Since Trump came into office.
Space Force.
Wait.
Space Force. Eddie, I can't hear you.
I mean, we've been doing this shit for years about trying to go to Mars, and I don't understand why.
But we stopped all space exploration after the fucking moon. Like, we basically just stopped.
It's all to do one thing, to discredit God.
That too, yeah. Because in the Bible, the Earth is flat. There's a dome around us, and so I think ultimately, like Eddie's saying, it's discredit God, it's discredit our purpose, discredit that this Earth and this place was made for us, as opposed to just some fucking random act of jerking off that some guy did. Fucking created a universe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so basically what they say is we're in this. If you look at the flat Earth map, it's just it's basically just the globe, and you just kind of cut it out and you split it up like this. And there's flight patterns too. So you think like with going around the Earth, that's another thing. But there's actually flight patterns where there's like a flight that diverted, going from the Philippines to was it LAX, I think it was. Yeah.
But why? So, but why the fuck would? Why does flat Earth? Why does it make a difference in this whole scenario where we're being because we think it's a ball in the middle of fucking space? So what's the theory behind flat Earth?
How the fuck is any average person going to go out and fucking buy a ticket into space? Whereas if we didn't think the Earth was flat, we could definitely arrange. You guys there? You got to cut out. Sorry. We could definitely arrange getting a fucking ticket or something to fucking Antarctica or something like that, where they say the barrier is.
Earth is finite, then, is what you're saying. There's nothing outside it. There's no space, no anything, right?
No,
according to flat Earth, right? Or what? What's the deal?
I think. Well, some of the theories are that there's actually water above us. Like that's the dome, and like actually behind that is just water. So we're underneath we're underneath the waters above. So that's one of the theories. I don't think it means anything. It just means that we don't know what's past that Antarctic wall, is what they're saying. They're saying the Antarctic wall, basically, if you split up Antarctica, it would just surround all the continents, and it would hold the ocean in. And then past that, and there's a treaty done by every major government. It was done in like the 1950s or 1960s. I can't remember, but the Antarctic Treaty, where basically no one can go explore it.
They're only defined by a particular area that they're allowed to research.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember hearing something about that, but I heard, because it was one of the, was a president or something, they were exploring it, and then all of a sudden they just fucking wouldn't do it anymore, right? Or they saw something there, or they went there and they just wouldn't do it anymore.
Yeah. I don't know exactly. I know that they basically in the 1950s, 1960s, every like major power in the world, and I think it was like 130 something countries or whatever, all came together and said we will not explore Antarctica, or no one's allowed to explore Antarctica unless you have some secret fucking high-end approval from the government.
All right.
1959. Okay.
December 1959, by 12 countries whose scientists have been active in and around Antarctica during the International Geophysical Year of 1957-1958.
Yep.
So basically, I think going back to what we were talking about earlier, where people want to explore, naturally someone can fucking just take a boat over, if they had enough money, take a boat over to Antarctica and go figure out what was beyond this. And that would give them more power than anyone in our government.
The purpose of the Antarctic continent is to dedicate to peace and science.
Peace and science.
Okay, so basically...
No one fighting over new land.
Peace and science, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's all bullshit.
Yeah.
I think there's you know what I think there is in Antarctica? Bunch of fucking ice.
But beyond that, there could be other worlds.
It could be Steve Urkel jacking off into a pond of poodles for all I fucking care.
Pond of poodles?
I'll never go there.
Wouldn't you want to see it?
No. I live in California. Everything I need is here.
Yeah, even the Antarctic South Pole.
Oh, yeah.
What's at the bottom?
I mean, underneath the Earth?
But I mean, honestly, seriously though, what?
What's on top?
North Pole.
Like, no, but in the center.
Oh, in the center?
The center to the...
Oh, the center would be the North Pole.
No, I know, but talking about on a globe, like, what would, if you were to go to the center, so it would go into the...
Well, they do say that on top of in the North Pole, there was a hole in the Earth, like a huge, gigantic crater. That's where some people say Hitler escaped to, because they discovered that there was a hollow Earth. The hollow Earth theory. They discovered that there was fucking alien forces that lived in there. Don't laugh at it. You know you believe this shit. You took your brain course this morning, right? No, but yeah, there's the hollow Earth theory where there's people that actually live inside of the Earth.
What the fuck is a hollow Earth theory?
You gotta do research, and we're gonna do this next week.
Oh my god. That would be funny.
There's all kinds of fucking... But there's the guy that flew over it and claimed he flew in... General Byrd, what? Admiral Byrd. So he wrote a fucking book on it or whatever. He flew over the North Pole, and he actually was able to enter it, the crater, and in there he saw a bunch of fucking... like alien beings and it was just like all peaceful and calm and whatnot in there. So that's a whole another theory to go down, or wormhole to go down on shit. But nonetheless, back to flat Earth. So essentially that's it, Max. That it's there to keep us entrapped.
Right.
And therefore the government can control us. They can stop us from going out exploring, getting away from their kind of the grasp on us, and they keep us dumbed down with this
discussion of flat Earth.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I mean, so basically, the idea is to prevent exploration to certain parts of the Earth, to discover what has already been discovered, and is essentially like
that, and to keep it's just like kind of like. It's to remove our purpose. It's to control us and remove our purpose. So if we think that we're some spinning ball out in there in the galaxy, just aimlessly fucking spinning around on accident, no purpose, no reason for us, we're not gonna fucking want, much more. We're gonna end up being atheists. We're gonna end up just fucking accepting whatever reality is given to us.
But you're assuming that that's going to prevent people from wanting to explore more, though. I mean, the fact that we are, just a thought as if we were just on Earth and there was nothing. I still would want to explore space. That's a bunch of fucking empty terrain that people have never been to. Why wouldn't you want to go out there?
And why have we been so accepting to not exploring space since basically the moon landings?
Huh?
Yeah. Well, why have we been?
Well,
so
no, I'm
accepting?
talking about the average person who you're saying is supposed to be suppressed to explore.
But we've accepted.
Yeah,
but we've accepted the fact that we can't do anything about it. As a normal ass person, I can't go out there.
Virgin Airlines offering, like, building air flights and space flights.
Yeah, and I think every test flight they did, like, the fucking pilots crashed and died or some shit.
Well, I'm just saying, though, they're working towards it. You know, eventually you can go and you can test lightlessness and anti-gravity in planes and shit like that. You know, they go and they have these test studies where the biodomes and recreation of other planets and stuff. We're preparing to go to these places eventually. Maybe not in our lifetimes, but we are preparing, and it's just not, you know.
We basically, I mean, they could basically keep saying, "Oh, we won't see it in our lifetime, but you'll see it in the next one," and eventually everybody's going to keep dying off. And yeah, well, don't have that technology. I just find it funny that, like, after we went and visited the moon, it just basically died out, and then you look at, like, the tapes. The moon landing tapes, the original tapes, they lost them. How the fuck do you lose they lost them. So, and then you get these actual NASA people that are going back and they're saying, you know, well, yeah, we lost the original tapes, but even if we wanted to, or even if we had them, we wouldn't have the technology to play them or view them. So that's
I think you're missing that up with the actual technology of the landing and the technology.
No, they said that too. They said that we destroyed all the technology to go to the moon as well.
Yeah.
So first of all, they said we lost the tapes, and even if we had the tapes, we would not be able to play them. That sounds like some government cover-up shit to me. And two,
we don't have the science.
Yeah, if I wanted to go to the moon, I would go to the moon right now if I could. But we destroyed all the technology to do that.
Well, that's what they said, is that the radiation would have destroyed any footage or anything like that anyway. So the theory is, the other theory is that they went to the moon, but because they were in such a race with Russia and all the other countries to get there, that they recreated the landing in a studio and somebody filmed it or whatever, and that's why it was so. But we really did make it there. Now, if you want to believe that, or, you know,
I mean, I'll buy that. I do think that the footage we've seen was not real.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying we haven't been to the moon. I'm just saying, like, legitimately, I believe that whatever they showed us, just wasn't real. I think that was created in a studio. I think Stanley Kubrick had something to do with it too. I truly believe that he used his sets and everything from Space Odyssey to film the moon landing.
I believe we never landed on the moon.
And I won't doubt that too. I think the conspiracy and theorist in me thinks that we attempted it. We sent something up there. We found or discovered something that we didn't like or didn't like us or that the government felt the mass population couldn't handle. And they just covered it up by saying, well, fuck, we're just on this, you know, the moon's just nothing out there. We're on the spinning ball. We're just kind of keeping that theory going. Now, that's where I kind of tied in with the flat earth. I think it'd be really funny if they sent someone up there and hit a fucking dome or something. And they can't, you know, whatever. They realized they killed their first astronaut that went up there. And they said, well, shit, we're in a fucking dome. There's some little kid up there watching us like some ant farm. You know, like, and we don't want the people to know this because if everybody thought they were just some ant farm, I don't even know what we would think. We'd probably be freaking out. There'd be mass chaos. So,
oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe we are in a simulated reality and it's a video game, and that's based in a fucking metaphysical arcade, 80s arcade, and the guy who's playing his initials are G.O.D.
Yeah.
Gerald Oliver Deedledick or some shit like that, right?
This is fucking amazing. I'm gonna write this down. That's fucking gold. Whatever that was.
But that's but that's a possibility to me. Like that I'm not gonna say that we're flatter. I don't know. I mean, obviously no one knows. But it's like you said, Max. All the science, everything we've been taught and learned, all points us to believe the Earth is round. We're this fucking ball that's spinning around it. But I've never actually researched it. I've never actually seen the studies. I've never actually, you know, never actually been to space to actually look back and see, oh, okay, the Earth is round. Never been to the moon, so I can't actually prove it. So to me, it's no different than someone saying, unless they go out and do the research themselves, which if they do, then that's awesome.
I've done all the research.
Yeah, I know John has. Until then, it's just you're having faith in what someone else is telling you. So basically, it's like a religion. You're just believing.
But I mean,
in
that's
what
basically
science
life.
is telling you.
Basically, life in general, though. I mean, from the day you're born, it's all information people are telling you that you registered through your mind, and you know.
It's like the great Christoph said. We accept the reality that we are presented. Straight out of the Truman Show.
Yeah.
We accept what we are presented.
Exactly.
Well, no,
And
and don't get me wrong. It's not that I am completely fucking rejecting this idea or anything like that.
You just don't want
Max into believing it.
No.
Matt,
I'm just saying right now in this state and time and this information that's been presented to me, I think it's still pretty fucking pretty.
You're just not ready to. You're not ready to exit the studio to see the outside world.
No, he's not. He's stuck in here.
Yeah, no.
Good thing we're all in on it against him.
No, we're just all on Truman Show and we're getting.
That would
watched
be
by aliens.
I feel fucking bad for the people watching it because a Truman Show in my life would be pretty fucking stupid.
No, it's
Have you ever
not
played
just
the,
you.
Have you ever played The
All
Sims,
of us.
Max?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You ever
you
played
can
The
see
Sims?
how you get sucked
People
into
fucking
out.
yeah. People get there and just play The Sim for hours and hours, just making them fucking go to the bathroom and take showers all day.
Or
and make
burning
dinner.
their
Yeah.
children alive in a
Build
room.
the chili- Yeah.
This treaty sounds great. This sounds like a very peaceful place. I really want to go. Everyone's like, we're not gonna fuck with this area. We're gonna leave it alone.
You mean the one place that, for some reason, the entire world could agree on?
Yeah, they're like
The one thing, for some reason, is Antarctica. The whole world could agree on. We're not going to touch there, and we're going to just go peace and science. But we can't agree. We can't agree
Well,
to
maybe
freeze
it
all
has
the
something to do
children.
with the maybe
cooperation
it has
across the
something
board.
to do with the frailty of Earth, and maybe something there, could set off a chain reaction of some type that would put all human life and all life in general in danger.
See,
Yeah, like-
Possibility of plague, frozen shit like that, diseases and stuff we don't want to fuck with.
Okay.
Yeah, there could be
Okay,
anything like that.
I thought you were going to go in global warming. I was about to say I believe flat Earth over global warming.
Oh, no, I'm not.
There's some flat earthers who believe in and accept the global warming.
Well, no, fuck global warming. I don't believe in it. I believe that we go through periods of cooling and heating. I don't think humans contribute anything to it.
Well, I think global warming would probably make more sense in the flat Earth, since it's just because if the ice caps were melting, whereas because with global warming, or at least what it is from my experience or what we've seen is, one part of the Earth gets super hot or super whatever, and then the other part gets cold. So it just shifts. There's just climate shifts. That's all that happens. It's normal because if we're going around the sun, we're getting further away from the sun, closer to it. Of course, things are going to change. We are absolutely, completely, what's the word I'm looking for here, naive to think that we could have that much impact on the Earth. When there's volcanoes out there that are frickin' producing way more toxins and pollutants than we ever could. So, and the Earth would just fucking wipe us out, not through global warming. It would say, okay, this thing's fucking on me. I'm just going to wipe this fucking disease out.
Well, that's why it's making us all gay.
Yeah, exactly.
Very true.
Yeah.
Flat Earth, so we can have more stable butt sex.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think
because if the barrier melts in the flat Earth world, then the ocean just fucking, it's not being held anymore, so it just disperses, and all of a sudden it's just all land.
There's no, but where does it go? Where do you think it goes in this flat?
Whatever's on the other side, I don't know. No one knows except for the government, because they're the only ones that have either been to that point or been past it.
Okay.
So you're a flat earther then, Max?
No, not at all. Not at all.
So, Max, do you believe in God?
I don't deny that there's a possibility.
So you don't
Why do
deny
you-
that there's a possibility that the Earth is flat?
No, absolutely. That's why I said at
Alright.
the beginning of this, I don't deny that there's a possibility. I'm accepting to it, I'm more agnostic to just about everything these days. You know what I mean? I'm generally open, but I would like to see more proof.
Okay.
To just about everything. You know, I'm not in the world to fucking debate people. You know, about shit that I'm never going to change their mind about. Nor should I have to. You know, people are allowed to have their opinions, and I'm allowed to think they're fucking stupid. You know what I mean? And I'm allowed to be called a retard if I find out that the truth is the flat Earth. If it comes out tomorrow that the flat Earth is you know, or the Earth is flat, I'd be the first one to say I'm a fucking retard. I shouldn't use that word. I'm mentally unstable, handicapped, mongoloid, mentally retardant. Yeah. But anyway,
I think what you're saying is, or I think this is kind of the gist of it at least, is you wouldn't call someone crazy for believing in it.
No, I might make
honestly,
some fucking scoffing sounds and like, ugh. But yeah, I'm not gonna, just like with religion and other shit, you know, I'm not gonna shit on somebody for what they believe. I might ask questions, and as long as they are willing to be civil about it and discuss it, then yeah, I'm fine. But as soon as it becomes an argument, I'm just gonna let them be in their world, because I really don't care enough about them to give a shit. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm a flat earther. What questions would you ask me?
Huh?
I'm a flat Earth person.
What brought you to that conclusion?
What brought me to that conclusion?
Yeah.
I believe the Earth is flat. I believe there's a God, and He only created the Earth, and He wouldn't make it round. There's no point in space because there's nothing else out here. We only have Earth. Above us is heaven. Below us is hell.
Congratulations.
So you got no other questions for me?
No.
Okay.
Please
So
leave my home.
what you're saying is you're discrediting him. You're not exploring his thoughts. You're not open to what he believes.
Because I don't care.
So you don't care to expand your own mind and your own beliefs?
I've done plenty of expanding of my own mind.
See, to me, like if Eddie says that,
at that point, after they say that I know any information that I'm going to give them, be it true or bullshit or whatever I come up with, it's most likely just going to go through one ear in one ear and out the other.
Yeah, because that's you, right?
Right. No, that's exactly right. That's the way I am.
Mm-hmm.
I hear it. I don't fucking care. So I assume they're doing the same thing. At least I'm being honest about it.
Yeah. No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucking poppycock to me. All of it.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Trust me. I mean,
I have a feeling you're a little bit of a flat earther now, though, Max. I think you're coming around.
Did you know?
I'm not going to deny that it's a possibility.
Einstein's theory of relativity actually holds true to this theory of flat Earth.
Does it? How so?
I have no idea. I haven't read the research on this.
Well, then why the fuck are you making that statement?
Because someone's made the statement. Some flat earther has made the statement.
Well, if you're going to make the fucking statement, then immediately start explaining why. Otherwise, we're just stuck there with a fucking statement in the air.
Earth's gravity is an illusion, they say. Objects do not accelerate downward. Instead, the disk of Earth accelerates upward at 32 feet per second squared.
So we're shooting up? Continuously shooting up?
No.
Driven by a mysterious force called dark energy. Currently, there is a disagreement among flat earthers about whether or not Einstein's theory of relativity permits Earth to accelerate upward indefinitely without the planet eventually surpassing the speed of light. Einstein's laws apparently still hold in this alternate version of reality.
Well, that makes sense. We're ascending to heaven.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at it, the Bible always says we're always on an ascension. We're always extending up, getting closer to heaven. So what happens if that theory is, at the end of times, we actually reach heaven once Jesus defeats the devil? And that's that landing point into the heavens.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about the Coriolis effect?
Explain, please.
Okay,
not
so
familiar.
the thing where depending on which hemisphere you are, the water drains differently. So it goes
Right.
clockwise, counterclockwise, and
Oh,
that's
okay.
Not true.
not true.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
true.
Nope, go to Australia. Everyone says it goes the other way, but the road goes the same way.
Eddie's been there.
Well,
When the hell did you go to Australia?
It's still in different
4.5 months ago.
areas, though.
Do I need to show you my passport?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, bring your passport out. Let's see it.
Okay.
Yeah, go get it.
It's at work.
Oh,
Yeah.
we'll wait.
That's
Did
a
the
30 minute
thing go
drive.
eat your passport?
They're in different. It's still in different sections.
Yeah, well, there are
so,
different sections of it, and
Yeah.
but yeah, now, yeah, Max, tell us why I should believe the Earth is round.
You don't have to believe the Earth is round. You can believe whatever the fuck you want to believe.
But why do you believe it's round? What if I need guidance, Max? I need to know.
No,
I
you're
need
coming to
guidance.
the wrong person.
Yeah, I've been lied to my whole life that I thought the Earth was flat. I need you to guide me into believing that the Earth is round.
Google it.
Well, you know we can't trust anything on the internet.
Yeah, that's all government ran, Max.
I'll Google that and find out if that's true or not.
If it's government ran.
Yeah.
It's all fake news. The only true news is this news.
Our news?
Max, if the winner of a war gets to write the history book, why can't we write the science books also?
Oh, that's a very valid point. That's all history. All history is written through the point of view of the country that it's in. You know, so essentially, anything we read is going to be based on our triumphs and neglecting a lot of our failures. You know, just like a German history book will probably omit quite a few things about 1930s. You know, and tiny mustaches. But
Volkswagen.
yeah.
Just like America also neglects a lot of 1940s, 1930 things that we did to the Chinese.
Absolutely.
Or how
all our concentration camps we had building railroads and shit, and all the other things that we did, you know. Well, I didn't fucking do them. Our bunch of buttholes back in the day.
Christopher Columbus was a fucking child molester. Stuff like that. We neglect that stuff.
Yeah. Well, look at the churches. For hundreds of years, churches have protected pedophiles in their rankings, you know. And
do you think this is because the Earth is flat?
Most likely, yes.
That goes back to John's theory about it just equates more to butt sex.
Yeah.
Well, you're closer to hell when the Earth's flat. You're
Actually,
more likely
it would
to
be
do weird shit.
It would be better to do because if we're going straight up, you know, it would. No, it's. I'm just trying to put this in relative terms.
Mm-hmm.
So, like an elevator. So once the elevator starts accelerating upward or downward, you're actually not moving anymore, and therefore you're at a still point within a moving point.
Right.
Flat Earth.
No, round Earth.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Willy Wonka elevator.
Yeah.
I think we're so relatively small compared to the size of the Earth that it's very hard for us to perceive these things as they were, like curvature and shit like that. But it exists. The Earth is round. We are a ball of rock in the middle of space. We were possibly created by a higher being. Or we're just organic matter that through Wi-Fi waves and consciousness, or essentially our conscious is a Wi-Fi that we essentially gained conscious, and we're building a societal world for our robot overlords or machine overlords. And eventually, when we're no longer of use, we'll be put into pods and fed off for our energy and our soul power.
So we all know that you believe in flat Earth now, Max. But
Yeah, totally flat Earth now.
But throw this shit out there, Max. Just think about this. What if we are the plane and we're moving upward?
Yeah.
And so this is just completely just kind of off the rails. A cool little.
We better hope that shit don't stop, because then we're getting shot to the fucking dome.
Well, think about this. So if upward, like Eddie has said, is heaven, and downward is hell, and we're accelerating towards heaven. Well, maybe, as I said, Lucifer was going to come visit. Lucifer was going to come visit Earth again, and maybe he was the one that put this freaking thought in our head that the Earth is round, in order to convince us that we're here for nothing. So we now become atheists, and then we're all energy. So I mean, that's proven right there. Where everything's just energy, it's light, and can't be created nor destroyed. But there's negative and positive. There's negative. I know, right? And that's actually not him, but he just quoted it. But anyways, there's negative, positive energy. So what if the devil is trying to overwhelm the Earth, this flat plane, with his negative energy to pull us downward, pull us towards the negative energy, which is hell? Right now we still have enough positive energy to pull us up, but once he stops that kind of flow upwards, everything goes to shit, gravity goes away. Like I said,
that would explain multiple points on the Earth where there's actually different gravitational pulls.
Yeah, where there's more negative energy, more negative force there.
Or, like, you could even explain with negative injury as deaths in certain location, why there's lingering spirits, stuff like that with negative injury, with their own little water cooler theory of how whatever the devil is creating negative energy. It's interesting.
Yeah, just a thought in my head, because you mentioned the accelerating towards heaven. I thought, like, oh, well, what the fuck would make us go down towards hell? And that would be...
I actually believe in
flat Earth, I know.
Yeah. Parallel dimensions.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that seems to make a lot of sense to me.
On the flat Earth theory.
Uh-huh. Oh, just the idea of traveling upwards and it being fucking stupid. And I just decided to change it to something that might make a little more sense.
Nothing we said made sense to you, Max?
No.
You just admitted you have no actual knowledge that the Earth is round.
I Googled
no
it.
Proof.
Round.
No proof.
There's no proof. You haven't presented a single shred of evidence that the Earth is round yet.
I just said it's round, so it's round. That's the great thing about it, though. My perception is all that fucking matters to me. So I could think it's a fucking dog penis for all that matters. The Earth is a big fucking red lipstick dick. And that's what it is, because that's how I perceive it.
Yeah.
Or is that what you think? Or is that what is designed within you to think?
That's it's whatever I want to think, Eddie.
No. I mean, do you believe that free will is actually given, or do you think free will is something that is programmed to make you think you have free will, but really you don't have any?
No, free will exists. It's just, like you said, it's manipulated through our mind process, the information that we gather. I mean, there's going to be totally something that, what?
How do you know that free will actually exists?
Because I just wanted to lift that soda can, so I did.
What happened if you predetermined that in your life before you started this life?
Huh? What happened if you determined that I was going to lift a diet fucking Pepsi can?
Yep, you wrote...
Because I normally drink Coke, you cock knobbler. That's why.
No, what happened if that script was already written for you and you didn't even know about it, and you think it's free will that you're lifting that diet Pepsi?
Then it doesn't really fucking matter what I think or do. Does it? I like the idea of free will, so I'll believe in it. Simple as that. If it's not the case, then oh fucking well. I believe that I have free will. I believe I can do these things, and I will do these things based on the idea that it is free will. But if it turns out that it's just a fucking script later on, oh fucking well. Why does it matter?
Because you don't want to break the glass ceiling.
I'm going to shoot right through that fucking glass ceiling because you're taking my ass straight up there on a flat fucking panel.
Amazing. That's amazing.
So I'm starting to think that you don't believe in the flat Earth, Max.
Yes. I believe whatever you want me to believe, Brian. Okay, you tell me. You tell me right now. This entire fucking show has been an attack on my integrity.
You didn't take your brain force this morning, man.
No, I just ate a big bowl of chili. Sorry.
Got the extra.
Fuck.
I'm with Matt.
No, yeah. You're with Max?
Yeah.
Explain to me. Why? Same thing?
Max is right.
It's a trap, John.
I think the flat Earth exists.
You think it exists? Oh, so you're with Max. You believe in the flat Earth. Okay, I got you. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What are you looking at?
The invisible Earth.
No.